I don't know. The elevator has seen better days, Jordan.
It's a death trap waiting to happen.
I'm ready, but I have no idea what we're doing. I need the Swede. Where's the Swede?
We're just out here getting it done.
Do you need to seek medical attention?
I think so. I might lose my temper.
What's a prostate?
You'll find out.
Forward! That didn't take much.
Larson?
You never know what we're gonna get into, right, Dougal? Ah! You're in the rhubarb! I'm having fun. Good morning, everyone. If you can't tell, we caught some rain, which is awesome. We need more of that, which I can't believe we need more of it after the spring and summer we had, but that's Mother Nature for you. Can't make its mind up. So we backfilled this a week ago so that the gravel wouldn't erode, which actually looks like it worked quite well. It needs to be smoothened off better. The water used to run where the driveway was that way, but now it's running this way, which I'm pleasantly surprised to see that is going to work so that we don't have a big pond right here. But this rain has also caused another issue that you're gonna see shortly. We're gonna go to my building site and show you that. Starting to look a little different, ain't it? It's exciting. Oh yeah, just as I suspected. We've got a small lake again. So as you can see, they've been at this now. What is this? This would be the second week. First week didn't go as planned due to a small rain event. I think it was a ½ inch. It filled the pad up just like this. Now it does have a floor drain. The floor drain goes into a pit of rocks, which is located right here by these rebar stakes here, marking where that's at. And it is not big enough to take all these rains. So I have a lake. So I need the water boots, and then my little Milwaukee pump is what I pumped it out with last time. Which, now it looks like we have a much bigger lake than before. Twice as much in here as before. Besides the point, we are, or they are moving forward on progress here. This is going to be a 24 by 14 door. This is a 14 by 14 door. The only walk door going in. This is going to have a little porch here. Unfortunately, there was an accident. There was a casualty. Not happy about that, but what's done is done, I guess, and it is what it is at this point. There's no really repairing broken cement, but I have a feeling it was related to that thing right there. Drove on the corner, broke the corner off. So looks like yesterday they were here. Yesterday was Monday. We were finishing up our last tile projects, unfortunately, for the year. I'm thinking that after today, I believe we're gonna get highs in the 30s, maybe 20s, lows in the teens at night. And I'm thinking that now that the ground's wet, it's gonna freeze like super easy, especially with those temperatures. And this job here is gonna get slower and more miserable for them. But at least that I don't have to do it. But regardless, progress is obviously moving forward here quite rapidly. When they get building and have good conditions, they had the walls up in like 2 days, set the rafters in another day, and now they've been working on piddly stuff. Looks like framing windows in, doorways. Yeah, let's get water pumping here. So this was supposed to be an October build, and due to just stuff getting set back, building projects always get set back, it seems like. This project's no different. So now it's the middle of November. Conditions are taking a massive turn for the downside. So we'll see when it gets done, I guess. There's a lot of stuff here that I wanted to do yet this fall. Get tile lines dug in for rain gutters, and stuff that's starting to appear like that isn't going to be an option. I don't know what the gallons per minute on this baby is, but I mean, it pumps decent. Probably like 5 gallons a minute, I'm guessing. Looks similar to what the well used to pump at the farm. That's a lot of gallons. That's probably like 4 inches deep in the center. Where's the low spot? Right here is the floor drain. Okay, we're gonna set that there so that keeps sucking. So, other than that, for the most part, it is going. Once they've gotten here, they've had a couple of weather delays, high wind one time, and then a rain delay, and now today might be another rain delay. Looks like they got a steel I-beam up above there, that door opening. This one must have been narrow enough that they could span that with a, what are those beams called? LVLs? Something like that. So other than that, stats on this building, it is a 54 deep, 64 long. I went with a steeper pitched roof. This is a 512 instead of the standard 412 machine shed. Little steeper roof, vaulted ceiling on the inside. Went with the steeper roof pitch because hopefully in a few years, it ain't gonna be next year, I know that for a fact. In a few years, hopefully a house can be here, and I wanted to look a little bit more residential, or not really like a farm shop. That's why we went with that. And then we've got the fascia is the commercial look. It was actually cheaper than the 2-foot overhang like Dad has at his house, so it's a little deeper fascia, looks a little more commercial. I like the look of it, so that's why I went with that. And then the little porch. Otherwise, everything's pretty much standard. Those were the 3 upgrades from a square pull shed. Oh, the other one is we went with the slab, and I know I mentioned that in the last video about this property. It is not well, it's a pole shed, but it's not. So the poles do not go into the dirt. The poles are actually on top of the cement. This has got a 2-foot footer foam coming out to keep frost from trying to penetrate. It's going to have a heated floor. So this is anchored to the cement and mouse-proof building. So on the outside here, it don't look like there's much cement here, but there is in 2 inches. This is going to come down with a piece of steel. I believe it's aluminum actually. That'll get nailed on here, comes down out here, then you backfill up to here where your tin wall will be. So then in theory it's mouse proof. We could have done 4-foot frost footings, which ideally, yes, gonna be better, no doubt about it. But at a certain point, when do you draw the line? I would have liked it to be bigger, but it, once again, got to draw the line somewhere. It is a very nice building. It's going to be a very nice building. There is no doubt about it. I'm not complaining one bit. I'm very satisfied. So there's supposed to be a room right here. I did not ever get my my pipe debacle figured out. I talked to the plumber, and since all the foam was down and cement crew was here going to start rebarring, they did not want to move the sink to here, which overlooks towards the lake. In the future, if I want to do something, I can very easily externally pipe this into a kitchen, whatever, if I so choose to do that. That is my plan, or my hope, or my changed plan. Yeah, this is turned out pretty good. Well, I just talked to the salesman. Sounds like they are not going to be coming out to build today due to the wind and working conditions. So tomorrow, hopefully they'll be back. I'm gonna let that pump. I'm down one massive battery, and we have got a lot more pumping to go. So I'm gonna go get this charging and let it pump. Okay, I just got back from the third time over there. Finally got the water pumped out of the drain. And that brings us to the grain shack, something I've been eagerly wanting to show you guys and also know for myself. So they were here a while ago and set this whole thing up here for the safe grain stuff. So this is monitoring that new grain bin, which it's now getting to the temperatures at night where we want to start freezing these bins up. And what that means is push this 20 degree weather into the grain bin and cool that bin up and freeze it up. That's what we do. That's what we've had good luck with in the past. So once it gets into the 20s, not really below 0, 20s, start the fans up, blow air through, cool them down. I'm gonna check this this bin out. I'm gonna get logged in, then we'll talk more. So there's a couple different things that we had installed here. The first one is our wet bin. So we did not get to utilize this fall because everything was late, another late building project, and it wasn't wired. So they came here after we were done harvesting. The wiring was done then at that point, and they got the software, this computer set up here. So now this is a radar monitoring system, so we can now monitor how full it is. 81% full, feet 2 full. So it's got 33,500 bushels roughly in there. It ain't gonna get you right on, but it's gonna get you pretty close. So that's the one system that I'm excited for in the future for the wet bin. I have not used this much at all. I did get a quick run through when they were out here on like what to look at and keep an eye on. So right now we're green. Green is good, obviously. So the center one, that's the one I'm always the most concerned about because the center core builds up heat. It just, with the FM, we try to core them out, which means pulling from the center, cleaning out, or trying to get the FM out to allow air to get through there. That's what I'm always worried about for temperature and spoiling. So far, our average temp is 71, I believe. So max reading of 90 degrees, minimum reading of 59 degrees. Yeah, and you can kind of go to every one of those little dots and it'll give you information. You can go to trending curves, weekly reports, 0 hotspots according to this, temperature this week, 45. I believe that's outside air, I'm assuming. And then just, you know, the different dates here of what it's been seeing, grain temperature trending. It's pretty steady in my opinion. So we have nothing going on in that grain bin, and nothing going on in that grain bin is amazing news. So this is all very interesting. So risk factor, it gives you a risk factor on your grain bin. The level of it is at 92%. We are still in the green. Obviously, you don't want to be in to the red. Here's a page where you can actually see like each temperature cable here and what's going on. So looks like we have very, very reasonable temperatures in there. 60s, a lot of 60s, pretty much on every cable. And then the center one has an O2 sensor, which I guess that is the fastest way to know if your grain is going bad. Actually sensing the air, I guess. That's what an O2 sensor is, right? So that is the first thing, and there is, I can go to alarms, and we have no alarms. So far, I'm liking that. It'll be interesting. Now you can add some of these to different grain bins, only the center cable after market install, more or less. Now that we have this system in here, this is probably the most expensive setup. Once you have this, and then it's got wireless antennas, so all you got to do is drop this in the grain bin, and an existing grain bin that don't have them, drop that center cable down, and it will talk to this system. So that's pretty sweet. If you guys have any interest in that, Safe Grain is the guys that set us up, or we're dealing with for this whole thing. So yeah, they work with Brock and a bunch of different grain bin dealers, and it really, you can add it to old bins. So pretty cool where technology is going here. There is no doubt. And it's one of them deals that you could get more information than you'd ever want to know. I just want to know if there's hot spots, but you can dig so deep into this. And I just got my John Deere, or operations centers, logged into here for Dad. It's something he really likes, keeping oversight over us so that he knows where all the equipment is. Obviously, it's almost winter time now, so everything's back at home base, but something he actually wants like a big TV he can get up and watch it on, but we're gonna start with just it logged in on the computer for now. So it's something that he checks in on us on acres, so he knows where trucks need to go, and management tool. That's all set up and ready to go. You don't see this very often. $800 to have her hauled, rather than a ticket for pulling a vehicle, and who knows what we could cause on the road. So we're hiring it done. The hammer's getting trucked up to Fergus Falls to have an engine overhaul done. That's pretty crazy. Just lift it up and tow her down the road backwards. Well, there goes the hammer. Hopefully he's driving under his own power on the way home. So this is the truck that the injector tip broke off, got stuck between the piston and the sleeve and chewed up the whole engine, and it's going up there to get a fresh rebuild, I guess. So old Hammer will breathe again, hopefully shortly. So remember when I said that the new well wasn't working? Well, we found the problem. And we destroyed Grandpa's grass again.
Good thing we didn't plant it.
Yeah, no joke. So what ended up happening is, well, there's the well, about, well, to right here, 10 feet away from the well. The wire was damaged. So electrician came out, located that this was the area it was damaged, dug down, wrecked the lawn again, wrecked more of the lawn.
I see that.
And he came and spliced it. We're back up and running. You happy about that?
Yeah. I am.
So now we dump some P-rock in there like we're tiling. Are you gonna backfill today or let it dry some?
No, Doug told us not to backfill.
There was about this much water down in the trench
Oh, good.
from
Good.
last night's rain event. Okay, let's go back inside. It's cold.
What's the problem?
It's not working.
If you try again, it'll work.
I already gave it a power.
You went down, so now you should be able to go up.
Now it'll work perfect.
Yep. It just needed a power cycle. Oh, 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 oh! Oh.
You might as well come down and try again.
I don't know. The elevator has seen better days, Jordan.
It's a death trap waiting to happen.
Oh, it's either the batteries or just everything. What do you think?
I just walked over. What's going on here? You got stuck?
It won't go up, and then it gets stuck and won't come back down sometimes.
Maybe it's over its weight limit. You want me? You want me?
I went up by myself once.
It ain't gonna work. And sometimes now the new thing is it wants to try to drive as you're raising. I did used to really like this thing to drive around the shop, but now it's so untrustworthy that it just never moves anymore.
Just waiting for the chain to snap when it starts jumping up and down.
15 minutes. He could have carried them up the steps.
Yeah, pretty much.
We got a forklift right here.
I'll give you a rest day.
He's given up. He's close enough. He's just gonna carry him up there. You been working out again?
No.
It's starting to look like
No,
he's getting a little.
Little
Must be the
fat?
tiling.
I think it's all the at night when I'm crying and you kind of flex your muscles. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you stop again next time. And thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you made it this far, and the like. And drop a comment. We always appreciate that. We'll see you guys in the next one.